In fact, just over the last 2 weeks, Ghost in the Shell, that was done by Paramount Pictures, I believe. That was released out in two less than stellar reviews, let's just be honest. And the thing about it was that it went ahead and it came out, but it kind of, even though it didn't have as much critical and commercial success as they were hoping it to have here in the States, it's still actually, I think it just it just opened in Japan this weekend, and the rest of Asia this weekend, so we'll see how well it does overseas. The thing about it is that it kind of illustrated to the folks in charge of the IP that, hey, look, folks are still interested in this brand. They're at least interested enough to go ahead and spend like $130 million to go ahead and make a full-blown Hollywood movie on this thing. So what's happened with that is that they've taken that sort of feedback, and it turns out that they're going to be setting up yet another animated series that actually was just announced out, I believe, on, let's see here, it looks actually yesterday that another set of stories were going to be coming out, and it's going to be coming to us, let's see here, through the animation company Production I.G, with Kenji Kamiyama, who went ahead and he was the director behind the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex series, and Shinji Aramaki, who was, I think, the creative guy behind the Appleseed movie. He's set to co-direct. So right now, it's so early that there's no actual release date or anything else like that. But and you know what? Right now, they're saying that it's just a new project. They haven't said whether or not it's a series or it's going to be a full-length movie or a full-length theatrical release, something or anything like that. But obviously, it got somebody else interested, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to do another project on it. What do you guys think on that?
Now, as far as this animated project, yes, it's too early. We don't know if it's just going to be on Netflix. We don't know if it's going to be on something like Adult Swim. We just know that it's going to be in production and it's just going to be made. Mm-hmm. How many times that Ghost in the Shell has been done and redone? I mean, at this point, this was supposed to, I guess, take a continuation of what the movie was going to do. I think that's the way they wanted to have this going. But as long as the anime is good, I don't see any problem with it. Just come out with it, make sure it has a good fucking story, and we'll just go from there.
Yep. What about you, Grey Mouse? I know you got thoughts on this one.
Actually, I have more reservations about this than the thing does. To start off with, we don't know shit about it. All we know was it was announced that an anime was in the works with one of the co-directors. What's his name? I can't think of it. Kenji. That actually did a project for, or actually did a Ghost in the Shell standalone, like the Reverend was saying. So, I mean, that's a little bit of, I felt better about it. But just, like you said, I think maybe the Ghost in the Shell has been done, and people are tired of it, maybe. But it's, the manga is still as popular as ever and probably will always be. So, I mean, there may be those people that want to see another Ghost in the Shell. But it is kind of interesting on the timing of this, if you kind of honestly. But I don't think it would have anything to do or a tie-in or whatever with the movie. I think they're just going to progress the story further.
Yeah, I mean, right now, as it stands, the Ghost in the Shell, the manga that was created by Masamune Shirow, that all of the animated stories are based off of. It's a long-running and well-known, well-revered manga series. There are a lot more stories within it that they can go ahead and farm for animated projects or movies or whatnot. I think with this particular one, basically what they were doing is that they're kind of riding the momentum and the fact that they've got this, this full-length live-action Hollywood produced movie to go ahead and, that has everybody's attention right up at the forefront, whether or not it's good or bad. But they're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're creating another project that's going to be attached to the property. Is it going to be related to the movie at all? No, probably not. Because the storyline for the movie, from what I understand, is kind of an amalgamation of the original Ghost in the Shell movie and some of the episodes of like the first standalone complex. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to note. I just, at this moment in time, I'd rather see another few animated stories, maybe another standalone complex, maybe a third gig if that's what they want to do, because they have the first and second gigs out. If they do a third gig and it's another 13 episodes, the major out there with Section 9 going out doing her thing and all of that, yep. I'll appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll eventually get down to watching it along with the other 12 terabytes of anime that I currently have just stowed around my house. All right. Yeah. Was there anything else about these two particular ones or anything that we wanted to go ahead and poke at or prod at or have thoughts on, gentlemen?
Well, one thing, I'll just throw this as a wrap-up, a wrap-up. It's very encouraging to see these projects, whether it be Full Metal Alchemist and oh my gosh, Ghost in the Shell. It's really encouraging. It's a really good time to be, fans of everything, because it seems like that's what things are going towards now, is that the movies are starting to get more geeky, the comic books, and the anime and the manga is starting to actually come front and center. And as a fan of both things, I find it's a great time to be living, so to speak, for this. And I just really hope that, like we've always said on the video games, or video game companies and whatnot, we don't want to see things fail. We want to see things succeed so other things can follow. There's so much stuff out there that's in manga form that I would love to see to come out, into a full motion video or whatnot. There's so much. And if these little projects fail, there's no hope of the other stuff to come out. So, I want to encourage that these things do good, so we could actually see other stuff, and we could go off of more the manga that's kind of, more like, E-list manga or D-list manga. You know what I mean? Some of these more far-reached mangas. So this is like laying a path for things, and that's pretty much what I gotta say. So. I don't know.
Go ahead, Theme. You had something you wanted to throw in right at the end there.
Why don't you look? I'm waiting for another season of Hajime no Ippo. Why don't they make a live action of that?
I would rather they not.
I would rather they not. To be quiet.
I would rather they not. Just to tell you the truth. All right.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's made by the Japanese.
Even then.
I would rather they not.
No, I would. No.
Yeah. All right. All you have to do is.
I'd rather see a live action One Piece before I see Hajime Ippo, or a live action Tomorrow's Joe.
I should know Joe. Yeah. I mean, there's.
Well, look, if they do make a live action of Hajime no Ippo, it'll be better than a live action Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, okay.
Nobody has anything.
That's it. Good night, everybody.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's a very high bar you're setting for yourself.
Well, you would rather see other things, or that you'd rather not make it. But I'm just trying to throw it in the look. It's not going to be in that realm.
Yeah. Well, Look, hey, just because earthworms can go ahead and trip over that bar, that means I can trip over it too. All right, that's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. With that, what we really want to know, folks, if you've stuck up to this point, is what are your thoughts on the Full Metal Alchemist trailer, the second one that was just released out? What are your thoughts on the announcement for a brand new Ghost in the Shell animated project? Did you see the live action adaptation that just hit theaters last week? If you did, what were your thoughts on it? You know, we would like to know. So while you're at it, leave us a comment below. If you're so kind, hit that like button, hit subscribe. You know, we enjoy these conversations back and forth, and that's the reason why we do this. You know, with that, we are the middle-aged guys, and our bullshit about anime and manga being adapted into animated projects and into live-action movies ends here. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
Every form of entertainment has the right to exist, even if you don't like it. Credits.